go to Tiffany, and she's in their little kitchen area. So that'll be different a little for us too. Next week, where Tiffany is usually doing her spot, we're gonna open the curtain up and throw the doors open and let you see how a glass pipe is made. So I hope you're tuning in next week, caller. And thank you so much. Are you still on? Did I run my jibs too long and you hung up? I don't blame you. Okay. Thank you so much, caller.
I'd like to touch on a touchy subject, but you know, in the cause of world events, we see people rising up against imperial governments, you know, that are oppressing them all over the world right now. Unfortunately, with, you know, them showing that our democracy doesn't work and that they can go and push everything down, I don't advocate that, but I urge everybody to get registered to vote. We're probably going to be passing petitions around here directly. And, you know, let's do this the right way, the democratic way. Register to vote, sign the petitions that are going to come your way, because we're going to try to overturn them. You know, aside from the court cases, I know that that's one of the steps that we're looking to take. And there's only like 360,000 registered voters in the state, which is a way low number. And we're going to be pushing that too. At our caregiver shop, we have voter registration forms. You can get one at the post office. You know, come on, people, you're going to have to stand up. We're going to have to stand up and make this happen, which in a lot of respects, I hear Governor Schweitzer telling us to do, because, I mean, he stood up for us on a lot of things, and he's catching a lot of bad press because he does have family that's in this industry, saying he supports these drug dealers and all that. You know, and, you know, within parameters, he stood up, he vetoed the repeal. Not saying that if he vetoed this, that he could get, you know, because all of these legislators gone home and had to deal with their, you know, the people that voted for him. They may have a change of heart, they may change their mind, they may not vote to override his veto. But in the same aspect, it's time for us to, you know, take the stand, sign the petitions, get registered to vote, and make our voices heard in a democratic manner, and, you know, just keep it proper.
Well, you know, and I agree, and please go out, register to vote, and get ready for this, because this is the only thing really in the end that might save us.
We're going to need a cannabis army. We're going to need volunteers, and we're going to need people to hit the streets with us to get these signatures and to help people get registered to vote. So contact your local caregivers. We're all preparing to stand together. And
I'm sure there's also, well, like Jason said, the post office has those, or you could probably go to mt.gov and download something from there, or probably just right on there, register to vote at mt.gov, or it'll have a link to somewhere.
At
the DMV.
Courthouse.
You know, it's, oh, and I lost where I was going. At the end of that, you were saying, or somewhere back earlier. Oh, earlier you were mentioning, and I want to go over this real quick before we switch over and get you back in the kitchen, showing us how to make some great stuff. You were saying, you know, that there's already been a decline in the crime rates, you know, and I'm a cynic. Like I said, I've been locked up. I've seen the way they rotate the doors. I've seen the way they pack the prison twice a year so they can get a bigger check out of the taxpayers. And I ain't lying, folks. I sat there for years and watched them pack the day rooms full so they can get an extra bonus on their state check every year to keep people in the prison. Do we have a caller? Is there anybody there? No, we don't. We lost our caller. So,
and I'll agree with you.
I heard just the other day, this went to the governor's desk, what, a week ago now? We're almost, our 10 days is almost up.
Sunday is our 10th day.
And I think it was 3 days ago I heard that people were busted bringing 48 pounds of marijuana down from Canada. So it looks like it's back on the rise, because they said, hey, look, they can't have their marijuana anymore. We're back in business. I'll tell you what, the cartels in Mexico are jumping up and down cheering, because Montana has a big drug traffic on the highways that run through here from the southern states.
They keep saying that we're a sore state. Now, for our broad-minded Republican legislators, we should become a sore state. We produce some of the best medical. I mean, we're listed in High Times for our strains. You know, why don't we become the production and supply the medical cannabis to the rest of the country? You know,
yeah.
with the feds opening it up, or, you know, at least the seeds are, you know, I mean, we're trying to help everybody else.
Well, right now, though, the Republicans and big companies, and, you know, I hate to just bash on Republicans, because there's a lot of good people out there that are Republicans. And I just, But it's just that party that seems to have this Puritan value system they're pushing, and it wasn't that way in the beginning. Republican Party, you know, their party line was small government, that the people should run the people, and now they've sold out to big business and become basically a fascist regime and a democracy, which doesn't make any kind of sense. All right, folks, we're going to have to cut this short now. I'm going to do a quick deal, a promo. Might be the last ones because I'm not sure if we can even say thanks to people that have supported us after next week. So we're going to go to that real quick, and when we come back, Tiffany will be in. What are you showing us today, Tiffany?
Today I'm going to teach everybody how to make pizzas, and I suggest before even I start that you grab a pen and a paper, and you can also check us out on the Growing Green website. But I do suggest making extra, putting them in the freezer. They are going to be a great treat. So I'll see you here in a couple minutes.
All right.
And her food's good, trust me.
Thanks, folks. We'll see you back in the kitchen in just a moment. Here's our word from our sponsors.
We're the Montana Cannabis and Hemp Foundation, your mature, professional, reliable caregivers, located at 401 West Broadway, Suite C, Missoula, Montana.
Thank you, and I hope you grab that pen and paper. We're going to be making some wonderful pizza treats today. So I'm going to say that for our ingredient list, we're going to go to the store and we're going to buy English muffins. I prefer to get the extra crispy ones because all those nicks and crannies really soak up all the sauce. And then we also have our medicated butter that we're going to be using. And then we also have our medicated butter we're going to be using. This is a really good butter. A patient of ours donated it, and it's Harlequin. It's really a great high CBD butter. So we're going to be using that. I have fresh vegetables. I have, I almost called them marshmallows. We have mushrooms. No marshmallows on this pizza. We have onions, green peppers, and for our carnivores, I have a mixture of pepperoni and ham. I prefer to use an organic pizza marinara for my pizza. When I do have time, I like to make my own, but considering tomatoes quite aren't in season right now, we won't be doing that. Okay, so here I have pre-buttered English muffins, but for those that want to see me butter a muffin, we're going to just put about 1/4 of a teaspoon of butter. Oh, Cassidy. So we'll butter your muffin, and then we'll start to build our pizzas. So I'm actually going to leave these here and bring them, the ingredients, to my pizzas. I don't want to put too much pizza sauce on there because the butter is going to create moisture, and it actually is going to be a nice flavor base for our pizza. So I put about 1 tablespoon into the middle and just round it out. I like to keep the sauce away from the edge. That way when it heats up, it can melt into the edge, not over the edge of the pizza. Now pizzas are fun because you can make a ton of different types. I like to get all my ingredients ready for me so that when I'm making my pizzas, it's almost an artsy little project that I get to do. And then I was mentioning earlier that I like to make a bunch of extra pizzas because you can put them into the freezer and then put them into your toaster oven like this and heat them up afterwards, or into the microwave. So I'm going to make a bunch of vegetable pizzas because that's my favorite. I like to get as much healthy food in as possible. So we're going to put some mushrooms down on these pizzas. And some onions. And as I'm making these pizzas, I would like to remind everybody and let everybody know this Sunday, which is Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And Grandma or Mom, if you're watching, happy Mother's Day to you. Down at Osprey Field in Missoula, the Cash Hyde Foundation is putting on a free concert, and we're gonna have about three bands that are headlining. We have Pato Bonton coming, the Voodoo Horseshoes, and a couple of DJs. I think Mancusi's gonna be there. And it's a free event. We do ask for donations. The donations are gonna go to the Cash Hyde Foundation. Cash is a very sweet boy. He was cured when his father decided to use cannabis to help him with his cancer. He had a stage 4 brain tumor and was battling. It was a terrible, terrible thing. So Cash was able to get his cannabis oil through his feeding tube and was able to start eating again. The poor child only went 40 days without eating. So on this Sunday, we are going to have a benefit for Cash and a benefit for his family, and in celebration of him surviving the cancer. So on top of the vegetables, I like to put the cheese. It kind of holds the vegetables in place. And today I'm using a smoked mozzarella because I'm going to spoil myself. It's wonderful. You can use any cheese that's your favorite. Sometimes I use a blend of mozzarella, Parmesan, and cheddar. Sometimes I like to use feta cheese. Gives a little bit extra flavor. And then other times, like today, I like to use smoked cheeses. And then for all of our meat lovers here in the studio, as we are going to be enjoying these pizzas if we are patient, I am going to add some pepperoni and ham. Behind me, I have the pizzas that I'm going to show you cooking in the toaster oven, and they smell so good. I'm kind of fortunate that on Friday nights I don't have to worry about dinner because I'm usually in the studio cooking something. But yes, on Sunday over at Osprey Field, a benefit for Cash Hyde. It's a free event. Children are welcome. There's lots of children events that are going to be happening. We're greatly encouraged to everybody keep their fingers crossed for sunshine. We're going to be out there and celebrating Cash's recovery and gaining money for the fundraiser. So here I am going to check on our pizzas that I put in here earlier, which look great. And I'm going to use my handy apron as a pizza or a pot holder. Oh, these do look wonderful. I'm going to gently take these out. Oh, I wish you could smell them. They're oozing with cheese. I'm going to put them here. And put these ones into the oven. So I'm putting them into a toaster oven at 400 degrees. At 400 degrees, and I'm putting them in here for about 10 minutes. And I like to, I cook them pretty well and make sure everything's crispy. But then you can take them, and so actually have a great day. Thank you for making pizza with us. Awesome. See you next week, hopefully. Hi. Well.
Oh, we're back. We're back. Thank you, Tiffany, so much.
We look forward to that and to trying those recipes at home. I hope you guys had your pins ready. I want to thank all my guests and the crew and the staff. I want to thank everybody at MCAT that's been so much help running around because I'm stupid and I don't really know what I'm doing. And so they guide me and help me, and step by step we've been able to bring you this show. I couldn't have done this without their help and the help of Tiffany, of Cherie and Tanya, who's helped in the back, of Kelly, who's been out in the field doing interviews, Jason, who's come time and again and helped us. All of these people made this show possible. We will be back next week, folks, so please come and join us. Along with that, we will have show you how to make a pipe on TV. So again, I want to thank Kelsey and Jason and Tiffany and MRL and Normal for sponsoring us, the Montana Cannabis and Hemp Foundation for sponsoring us, Tiffany Street, Sapphire Services, Pops Pipes, what's the name of the art gallery? There was
880 sign.
880 Sign is their number, and they're one of our newest sponsors, although I don't think they're going to get a chance to because